Okay, as I was saying, this class is about multiculturalism and diversity. And I want to know what you think when I say the words racism, prejudice, intolerance, bigotry, and discrimination. Are they good things or bad things? Bad, yeah. Okay, and then how do you feel when I say the words acceptance, inclusion, understanding, tolerance, and empathy?
Those are good stuff.
Those are good stuff. That's right. So we want to lean towards the good stuff and not the bad stuff. Okay. How would you feel if if I accused you of the bad stuff? How would you feel? If you
Offended.
Yeah,
offended?
it's not true.
Because
That's
it's
the
not
word.
true. And how would you feel if I accused you of the good stuff?
Happy.
Happy? Good. Yeah. Okay. So we live in a world where there are so many different people and so many people from different countries and have different cultural backgrounds. And a lot of times people will find it different or strange to them, their cultures and their backgrounds. And so we have to learn to learn more about them, to put ourselves in their shoes and show empathy towards them. Here's a thought from one immigrant high school student from Cape Verde, and he came to the United States at age 11. He said, "When American students see you, it's kind of hard to get along with them when you have a different culture, a different way of dressing, and stuff like that. So kids really look at you and laugh, at the beginning." So what do you think about that? That what he feels? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Bad thing. So the students need to get to know him better, need to have empathy for him, and when they see someone ridiculing him or laughing at him, they should put themselves in his shoes and try to see it from his point of view. There's another student that is of Lebanese origin, from the Middle East, and this is what he said. "Some people call me, 'cause I'm Lebanese. So people say, 'Look out for that terrorist. Don't mess with him or he'll blow up your house.' Or something like that. But they're just joking around, though. I don't think anybody's serious because I wouldn't blow up anybody's house. And they know that. I don't care. It doesn't matter what people say. I just want everyone to know that, it's not true." So what do you think about that scenario?
It's extremely rude that they joke around like that.
It is, yeah. You shouldn't. I mean, he's not. Just because he's from a country where terrorists have come to the United States from those countries doesn't mean he is like any of those people that came from those areas. Because he's an individual and he has his own point of view, and he may have grown up in a totally different lifestyle than maybe similar religion or something, but his lifestyle could be totally different. What his parents taught him.
Bad people come from all countries.
Yeah.
There's lots of bad people that came from America too. So.
Yeah, that's true. All countries. Okay, so here's a story. Here's a scenario about a lady named Rose. She went to pick up her child at a daycare program, and her child's name is Pia, and Pia's 13 months old. And when she saw that the Pia's shoes were in the cubby and not on Pia's feet, she said to the teacher, "I would like her to have her shoes on all day long, except when she's sleeping." And the teacher explained that she believed the best thing for the child was that because she was so young and was learning to walk, that she not have shoes on, that she because it would give her better balance. But the mother still kind of insisted that they do that. And another thing that goes along with this story is that the nurse practitioner at the clinic where Rose takes her other children and Pia to, they told her also that she shouldn't put shoes on that were so stiff and so pretty. They were pretty nice shoes, and they were just stiff, and that they recommend that she put on leather booties for her daughter. But so there's a conflict kind of between Rose and the nurse practitioner and the teacher. But what we have to do is we have to think about what we have to put ourselves in Rose's shoes and think about what she might be thinking. And here are a few things that she could be thinking or could be true about her. Is Rose an immigrant to the United States who worries that Americans will think her ignorant if her child is not wearing shoes? Does Rose choose dressy shoes for Pia because she does not want anyone to think she cannot provide the very best for her child? Is Rose receiving government financial assistance as she tries to raise her family and worrying that bare feet will stigmatize her daughter as a welfare child? Is Rose from part of the world where children contract parasites through their feet if they do not wear shoes? In Rose's culture, do people believe children catch colds from bare feet? So when you put yourself in her shoes, you're not going to be, oh, you have to do this. You have to get to know the person. You have to understand what their desires are and where they're coming from. And so the outcome depends on a dialogue of understanding and getting to know the person, and so that you can resolve the problems. When we practice putting ourselves in another person's shoes, we practice empathy. Empathy is trying to understand what another person is feeling. It is seeing the world through another person's eyes. It helps people to get along better and feel better. Having empathy is a key ingredient to becoming the best person you can be. You can practice empathy by listening to someone rather than talking to them, asking someone how they are feeling if you think there's something wrong, learning about people from different backgrounds and cultures, showing concern and care for others, paying attention to the needs of others, and getting to know someone better instead of judging them. So I have some slips of paper, and just pass one around and take one. Okay. So I'm going to have each one of you read your statement about empathy. So we'll start with Caleb.
Sure.
And go around.
The death of human empathy is one of the earliest and most telling signs of a culture about to fall into barbarism.
Okay.
Have compassion and empathy in your hearts. Many people are suffering deep emotional anguish beneath the surface of their lives, and smile even as they hurt inside. Jim Palmer.
Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Plato.
Empathy is the ability to step outside of your own bubble and into the bubbles of other people. See Joy Bell.
Okay. So now we have a better idea of what empathy is and how it makes the world a better place. Now we have another set of pieces of paper. And we're going to divide you into groups of two. So just grab one of those and then pass it on. Okay. So what these pieces of paper are there a situation, and you're going to try. One of you is going to read the slip of paper to the other person, and the person who's listening has to listen with empathy, and then you switch roles. So Caleb and Tolu, you can
Read mine to him.
you can start, and then he'll do his,
Okay.
and then you can do the same.
Jen always admired her friend
During the
Mrs.
school field
Wardrobe.
trip, Juan
One
had a
day,
seizure
when
in
they were
front of
hanging
his
out at
entire
Chris's
class.
house,
He came
Chance
out of
asked
it
the
to find
girls
all his
the
classmates
expensive
staring
story.
at him. His
She said
doctors
she
told
could,
him
but
he
then
had
made
a
fun of
condition
Chance
where
and
people
everyone
had
else
a
that she
seizure
read
and
and put
died.
on nice clothes.
Okay. So mine is Alex discovers his teammate cheated by copying from his paper during the Spanish final.
Nita accidentally left
He copied
a
during
slip,
the
and
final.
now her best friend won't talk to her. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So did you all you're all finished with it now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So did you feel empathy towards these people? They're all situations that.
Yeah.
The best friend should just get over it.
Yeah. So if you have feelings of empathy while you're hearing about a story, you'll most likely be on the right side instead of the wrong side of the issue. And because we live in such a diverse world, we need to learn how to deal with other people's differences. We need to embrace the differences and enjoy the diversity. We need to include everyone and help everyone belong. And so the last quotes that I have for you, I'm going to read myself, and they're about diversity and inclusion. Diversity and inclusion are about giving value to every human being, no matter our differences. And the next one is the beauty of this world lies in the diversity of its people. And Mahatma Gandhi says, our ability to reach unity in diversity will be the beauty and the test of our civilization. And then here's another quote by Jacqueline Woodson. Diversity is all about us, is about all of us, and about us having to figure out how to walk through this world together. So just remember, we're all basically brothers and sisters because we're from God's family. And we need to consider each other as equal and as human beings that need to be loved and empathize with them. And that's my lesson.